Tiger Tank 1-2, however you want to call me, I don't really care. And first and foremost, I have to turn down the volume of the game just a little bit so I can talk to you guys with my clear, distinct voice. Because today we have something very special. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure when I can upload this. I'm not sure if I have the opportunity or the rights to even make a video of this. So I'm just going to tell you today's the 30th of March 2018. Keep that in mind. So when the video will be released, I'm not sure, maybe down the line when this actually gets to the test server, we can talk about it freely. I'm not sure, I'm gonna ask Wargaming for permission if I can do that. But today, very first day, Wargaming have released the update to the Sandbox server. If you're not familiar with the Sandbox server, basically it's an earlier iteration of the test server, but on the Sandbox server, not everything is going to reach the test server basis. So basically, what they have implemented here is the Battle Royale game mode. And if you don't know what the Battle Royale game mode is, well, there have been games like PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or Fortnite that have had huge impacts on the gaming industry because they are Battle Royale games. Basically, what you're doing in those Battle Royale games is you are surviving. You either play by yourself, in a squad, or in a platoon, in a squad with up to 4 people. And your aim is to survive and become the first be the first one to win, the only one to be alive. You have to kill either everyone or survive long enough not to be killed by any other guy. Usually there are 100 people playing that kind of game mode, so it comes down to 1 against 99 or 2 against 98 or 4 against 96 and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun, people do enjoy it, it's the newest stuff that is happening, and it has just been a matter of time until the rest of the gaming world will follow, and you can see that World of Tanks is no exception. Wargaming have added a Battle Royale game mode into this Sandbox server, and it's just a test phase. So, basically, before we start with the gameplay, you have 4 tanks that you can choose from. The T-49, the WZ-132A, the RU-259, and the T-54 Lightweight. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the game and see what it's all about. During this time, I'm going to be commentating about the gameplay aspects. I'm going to be talking about the pickups and stuff and how it does really work. And I'm going to give you kind of a little verdict. Of course, keep in mind, this is a very, 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 very early stage right now, if this is working out. So, currently we're playing against... you don't see it right now, but you can see that the chat has been locked off, so you can't chat to other people. And what you can see is that we only have 4 rounds, AP rounds, and 10 rounds HE. How are you supposed to play against 100 people when you only have 14 rounds in total? Well, there are going to be different objectives here. There are going to be different smoke patches. I'm just going to stop it real fast to explain it a bit more thoroughly. So, you have different smoke patches that will be all over the map. You can see it's a big map. It's a really, really big map. And you can see the grid squares here all over the place. And what you can see in the legend right here is that there's a vehicle capture point, and that shows how long it's going to take a certain objective that will upgrade your tank. For example, gray smoke is standard equipment. That is going to give you additional ammunition, bonuses like repair kits and all that kind of stuff. Since you are starting off very fresh, you're starting off like a Bambi. Then, next, green. I actually haven't driven through a green, no, I have driven through a green zone. It's going to replenish your HP pool. It's going to repair your tank when you have damaged modules. Then, hardcore equipment is going to replenish your health, give you premium ammunition, give you equipment that you can use in your tank, which makes it better, stronger, faster, the entire deal. Those are only equipable in drops, and these drops will be dropped constantly over the map by an airplane, and it will be signaled on the map. Talking about the map, you can see that it's a grid square map. You know, we can actually make it a bit larger so everyone can see it. And what you can see is that these grids, instead of a circle, like most of the Battle Royale games have a limited amount of space where you can play in so that the people have to kill each other, there is not going to be a circle coming here, but several grid squares will be terminated. So, for example, if you are currently sitting at G0, there is a possibility that they will terminate the entire 0 line, and if you're in that line, I've not tested it out what happens when you're outside of the play area, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna lose HP or you're just gonna instantly blow up. But don't worry, you have a lot of time to get away from the circle, and eventually, you know, to get the people into the middle of the map, to make them face each other more, and at a higher rate, the circle will close and people will stream into the middle. So, without further ado, now let's jump into the game, and I'm gonna stopping it for a second right there. So, as you can see in the top of the screen, it says your objective is to survive the battle, improve your worth, collect shells, improve your vehicle, and stay alive. Unfortunately, it's not showing how many competitors we have right now, but we were playing against 40, I think 39 people in total, and that number might not be that massive. And you can see the first thing we spot is a gray smoke, and this gray smoke right here is equipment that you can get, and it's going to give you additional ammunition. It's going to give you a perk skill, 30% ramming speed, and you can see over there is a red smoke. Do you know what the red smoke does? Well, we're just gonna have to see. I'm not gonna tell you what the red smoke does, but it's something really cool, and it's something very unique to this game, what they can do right here. So what happened right there? We faced our first enemy, and you can see that both him and me, we are kind of in a very bad position. He has me permatracked now. He's an RU-251, a tank that is not very heavily armored. 342 damage with a high explosive round. Is he going to take care of us? He's a very skilled player. He's using high explosive on our rear, but we get a very lucky shot into him. We penetrate him. 335 HP damage dealt, and we almost die immediately. Like, the first encounter we face, we almost get wasted ourselves. The RU-251 drops a box that you can loot by just driving through, and you can see it replenishes some of our HP, and it gives you some of the ammunition that he had stored. So what you just saw there was an airplane dropping a crate, and as I mentioned previously, this crate is the hardcore equipment, and it's really, really good. You can see left, right, and center, people are killing each other with, since you can see the different deaths that are being betrayed down there, and you can see that right now at this moment the map is eliminating the northern part, the northeastern part of the map. So 5 grid squares are being completely shut off, and we spot a TVP. Now the thing about this is that you actually have a limited view range, so that no one can really snipe you from 10,000 meters away. So I think it's an equal playing field for everyone. But it's really difficult to spot these tanks from time to time. Everyone is bright red, right? It's gonna give you kind of a heads up, especially in this kind of scenario. You can see there's a red smoke over there, and I decide to, well, you know, just try and get to the red smoke. Why not? Try it out. And thus it's kind of difficult to see targets, and it's very difficult to hit them when they're on the run, because, well, basically, it's very difficult. I'm going to tell you, and you'll see what I mean just in a second. So, we are capturing an Object 140. Well, what does the red smoke do? It upgrades your tier 9 tank to a tier 10 vehicle. And this is really cool. All of a sudden, we're at full HP, we're Object 140, and our chances of, you know, getting closer to the top 10 spot in this matchup have just tripled all of a sudden. So I wanted to see what does happen when I go into another red smoke. am I going to get a tier 10 heavy tank, or what is going to be the case when I drive through another red smoke. And we're capturing a WZ-111 5A, and that certainly is an upgrade from an Object 140. Now, being a heavy tank in a one-on-one engagement, a fast one at that, and one which packs quite a punch against, I'd say, a lot of tier 10 heavy and medium tanks, is going to be a big benefit. And now I'm very certain I'm going to be able to reach top 10, and I pick up some additional ammunition right there. And now I'm just looking for enemies, and this is kind of trippy because you have no clue where they are. You spot them when they're really close. So we spot a STB1, he spots us, he's scared, we put a nice shot into him, 483 damage dealt right there. He's trying to run away, and I'm following in close pursuit. Now obviously, without any equipment on, without good crew, you're gonna be lacking some of the bite that you usually do have in your tier 10 tanks. So, well, obviously we have to follow him, and this tank is certainly not slow, it's fast. But STB1 is faster than this vehicle, especially if he can dodge us like that. And what can I see back in the near front? It's red smoke. So he obviously knows what it's going to do. He's gonna go for the red smoke, upgrade his tank, and then he will try to engage me again. And I'm really worried at this point. Okay, if he gets to red smoke, I'm gonna have a bad time. So I don't want to face another tier 10 heavy tank. What if he spawns in a mouse? What if he spawns in an E100? I'm gonna have a horrible time without any premium ammunition if he knows how to play the tank correctly. So he's already in the circle, and you can see it takes him 10 seconds, the smoke fades, and I face a WZ-111, and we take the first hit. Now remember, when he is upgrading his tank, he is fully upgraded. When I upgrade, well, when I come over here, I might have already taken some damage. So we are on equal playing field. No premium ammunition as I expect from him. No premium ammunition on my side. And he has kind of made a big mistake. He is shooting way too aggressively, and he might be a player who has never played tier 10 or doesn't play tier 10 that often. But you can see he's struggling against us. And this struggle actually gives us the opportunity to get the upper hand, side scrape against this building, track him in his place, and just put round after round into him. And this is what can happen in a battle royale. If you're in a one-on-one situation like this, well, your game is over, my friend. And we've reached the top 10. So he fires high explosive, I changed to high explosive as well. He destroyed my gun, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter that much. I'm just gonna go around the corner, shoot a high explosive round into his face, and we're gonna get another kill. That's going to be our second elimination of this round. But what happened right there? High explosive doesn't kill him, it bounces off his front tank. He fires high explosive at us, it explodes in his face, and he dies. So basically it's a suicide and not a kill for me. So that was pretty damn crazy. That stuff is crazy. So up until this point, I have to be honest, I was first and foremost very skeptical of this game mode in World of Tanks. I was like, what the hell is this? So I was like, come on, are you jumping the bandwagon? But it's a lot of fun actually. Up until this point, I'm like, well, I want to go to get the first place. Only 6 tanks remaining. I want to get a drop. I want to see what all of this stuff does. So if I get in here, am I getting another tier 10 heavy tank? Actually, no. I'm not sure if this is going to be changed or not. All of these things are subject to change. Keep that in mind. We get another full HP WZ as a replacement. I'm not sure if we would have gotten a E5 or a IS4, for example. But I think there are certain tanks that they're playing, maybe an IS7. But the WZ-111 obviously fits this game mode because it's fast, it's mobile, it has a good gun, and it does seem to be a fitting reward for the second or third upgrade. So we go into another gray smoke, we try to go into the middle of the map to see if there are any other people, and we get some nice equipment on. Plus 15% ground resistance, and that makes the tank even more mobile. It gives us also a first aid kit that you can use currently at any time, and we actually go into the part where there is a city on the map. And right here you can see, obviously, there are still some textures that haven't been filled in. There are still fillers, placeholders, and we are moving into the map now. And somebody, actually a plane, is going to be dropping something in grid D6. And what you can see right here is that there's the plane, it's dropping its stuff, and we're getting in there, and we're going to secure that thing. It's probably going to give us some really awesome equipment. For example, gun lane drive, or I don't know, faster reload, all that kind of stuff. I'm expecting to be able to pick up premium ammunition there as well. Premium ammo obviously could be in this game mode like something like the textbook thing to make you win the game. It could be the M249 of this game. If you don't know what that is, that's you probably know that it's the light machine gun of the US Army. And right there we run into a TVP. Obviously he had the same idea, running into to get the drop. And now we are trying to get after him. We want to kill this guy. He has 82% left of his HP, but he has fired all his rounds. The problem right now is just, it's a TVP, it's a fast tank. You do not want to be in a one-on-one engagement with a TVP when he is loaded. So he can, you know, just harass me, drive away, get maybe 2 or 3 shots into his ass, but still be alive, and then hop the corner and harass me again, and it would be enough to finish me, because with his 4 shots, each dealing 400 damage, he's going to be able to finish me with actually 1 clip if you manage to penetrate all rounds and have great kind of rolls. So right now we're in a very particular situation. 4 tanks remaining. That means 4 enemy vehicles remaining. You do not count into that roster. So 4 enemy tanks remaining. We spot the TVP again. He probably just picked up the drop, and we are trying to get another snapshot in. We can't do it, and we're driving up this slope. So 3 tanks remaining. It's a 3-on-1 situation, or a 1-on-1 situation. And we know that the TVP is somewhere here. He might have driven off further down the line, because spotting obviously doesn't work as it does in the live game. And now we're in a spot where I don't like to be. I'm in the middle of the map. There's a TVP behind me. Somebody's probably in front of me somewhere, and he's firing at my position. I'm not sure if he has spotted me. He might have binoculars, who knows? And if he has binoculars, it would be like a huge improvement to the standard view range that you have on the tanks in this game mode. Just imagine being able to shoot tanks from a far distance. That's like having an 8x scope when the other guy just has like a 2x scope or a red dot. So we spot another drop coming in, and I drive around here a little bit just to see if there's anyone coming in from anywhere. And the drop actually lands exactly where we have just departed from. And you can see, oh, beautiful drop. I want to get that. I want to get that. And then I want to go after the TVP. It's going to fully restore my health. It's going to give me a new equipment. You can see we have already gun lane drive on our tank. It's going to give us vents. Reload time is going to be cut in half. Or not in half, excuse me. Reload time is going to be cut a little bit. And there's a TVP coming in. But it's not the TVP that we fought previously. This is another TVP. And this TVP right here gets a hit of our high explosive ammunition, and you can just see, if you use the right kind of ammo in this scenario, you can just whip these guys. And we take out the TVP, doing 800 damage to him. I think right now we're at somewhere at 6,000 damage or 5,000 something. It doesn't really count at all. But, oh, come on. What is happening? Somebody just hit us. Somebody penetrated us and permatracked us. It's a T-62A. Oh, excuse me, it's Object 140. It's Object 140, and this guy knows what he's doing. He's tracking me in place. I don't have a repair kit. What can I do? I can't do anything. He's tracking me. I'm just about to get away. I repair my track. I move around to face him. I hope he doesn't have any premium ammunition. I've already lost the HP that I had previously just picked up. And I'm wiggling my tank, using the additional heavy tank armor to my advantage. And I see there's another drop coming in. I'm trying to get cover behind this tank. and you can use cover to your tactical advantage. And we're trying to snipe him, but this tank is not good at sniping. At least that's what I noticed. And we're loading heat ammunition. I'm thinking, well, with heat, we should be able to do the job. Unfortunately, he also has heat. He puts one nice shot into us, penetrates us, second shot goes through as well. And I can see he has a better position. We do hit one nice shot into him though. 417 damage dealt, but only 10% of his HP gone. Just imagine that. So I'm expecting this to be a very bad stalemate for me, at least, especially if I take another hit. So what I decide to do right here, I'm thinking, what should we do? There's a TVP very close to me. A TVP is in the back, and the TVP just picked up the consumable because it's not being shown anymore. The object 140, on the other hand, we exactly know where he is. So I'm going around here. I'm gonna load high explosive because I know that TVP is going to be one of the tanks you can pen easily with high explosive rounds. And I decide to go over here. And actually, I see there's a little hill that we can use right here. I go up here and I try to use the high ground to my advantage, because I'm afraid that the TVP is going to swoop in from behind, engage me instead of the object 140, and I'm going to be in a clutch situation where I have to face two tanks while they're both facing me at the same time from different angles, and while I only have 1,353 HP. So I'm a total one clip kill for the TVP if he uses his ammo correctly. And I'm expecting him to be using heat, since he just picked up that package there. So what is happening right now? We spot the TVP right there, somewhere in front of us. I don't really see him immediately because I have not looked at the minimap, but I can see it in the minimap right there. I've ignored the minimap until now. I see the TVP is driving away from me. I'm going over this ridge line right here. I want to get onto the TVP. I want to get 2 or 3 shots into him, or at least one, and he disappears. So we have the high ground now, but there's an object 140 back there, and there's a drop. I'm expecting him to pick up the drop. So I'm waiting here. I'm looking. Is the TVP coming around here? Oh, TVP is coming in. I have loaded high explosive ammunition, and it does not penetrate his frontal armor. And that was a big mistake of my side. He has fired heat, but I'm a heavy tank, so he has just missed all his 4 opportunities. We have only dealt, I think, altogether 300 damage to him with those 2 high explosive rounds, but aiming well in advance, we get another nice shot into it. And at this point, I'm like sweating. I'm expecting to be pushed by the object 140 any second now. I'm going in for that equipment. I need that HP. I need that. And I see the TVP, but I cannot do anything against him because I cannot spot him anymore. And I know I have to get that or I'm going to be a dead man. So I'm moving in. I have AP loaded again. And I'm kind of worried about the object 140. What is happening with him? Like, why didn't he pick up the drop over there? So I'm driving to the drop. I'm fast. 50 kilometers, as you can see right there. And look at who we spot. It's the object 140 with 18% of his HP remaining. We one-shot that guy. We take him out, and I know exactly at this moment we're going to win this game. We have 2,640 HP. We're fully upgraded. We have, like, the craziest equipment. And this TVP only has 13%. We track him in place, and we get another clip into our face, but obviously it doesn't really bother us because we have so much HP, and we finish off the last remaining enemy tank. And look at that, Tiger Tank winning the very first Battle Royale game that he has ever played in World of Tanks. And it has been a blast to play. And after this game, this was my very first game that I played, I jumped in and played quite a bit more. Obviously not every single one was a victory, but man, it was really cool. I really like this tank. I really like this game mode. But still, there are some things that need to be addressed. Now, right now, I think the circle closes too slowly. I think that, distributing heat in those airdrops is a nice thing. But I think you should not display the airdrops once they have hit the ground, because it kind of takes away that searching vibe. When a lot of people run into it, it's like in PUBG, when they drop a crate, you don't really know where it is. There is smoke coming out of it, obviously, but it's not marked on the map. So people are looking for it, people are, running all over the place, and it gets into really frantic situations. I really like that. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the after-game statistics, and then I'll give you guys kind of a verdict on what I think of this game mode right now. Looking at the after-game statistics, obviously I've just made screenshots of them since I kind of left the game to make a recording of the game that we just had. In total, I did 7,733 damage and I killed 4 tanks. Okay, one of them was a suicide, but I'd say I'd like to count that one as a kill, so I'd say 5 kills. Then we bounced 2,580 shots of our armor, and we damaged 12 modules inside of the vehicle, not just tracks, but also, let's say, engine, all the other stuff as well. So we had 3 different tanks that we played. First of all, we played the WZ-132, and with that tank we didn't do that much. We only took out the RU-251, and it was a very close one. We almost died, 7 HP remaining. Then we had the Object 140. With the Object 140 we actually didn't do anything. We didn't fire once, we just changed it to the WZ-111 Model 5A, and this tank was an absolute beast. It just destroyed everything. And you can see we didn't earn any credits or premium or anything or experience, because this is just a test mode. And you have 4 different tanks that you can choose from: T-54 Lightweight, the T-49, the Spähpanzer RU-251, and the WZ-132 as I mentioned previously. And what do I think of it? Well, I think it's nice. I think it's a lot of fun to play. It's something new to the game. I know Battle Royale is not the most original idea that they have come up with, but it works with the kind of setting that they have done right now. It does work. But still, I'd love to see how they develop it further. I will give my feedback on the forum of this game mode, because obviously we should give them feedback. Since they're making this for us and we are the testers, we should give them some feedback, since we get the early kind of drop on this setting. And I really do enjoy it. And if you guys have access to the Sandbox server, you should try it out as well. Yeah, so once again, I'm just going to point out it's the 30th of March 2018. I'm not sure when I'm going to be releasing this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to release it any time soon, but I'm going to ask around a moderator of Wargaming, and then I'll be doing exactly that. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.